Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Mac 28 with Farm Sim 17. We're on Pine Cove map, and I got all of the bugs worked out of my steering wheel again. When Windows updated, it grabbed a different steering wheel. I don't know how, but it's irrelevant. Of course, the first thing I did was I uninstalled the software, Logitech Profiler, and then reinstalled a fresh copy. And during the install, it has a detect, and it detected the Logitech G27, and I set everything back up, and yay, so we're all good. Okay, I'm just kind of wandering around now while I'm talking. And last time we were on manure duty, so let's finish that. Now when you play single player, you end up with vehicles scattered around. And you eventually have to either tab into something. I don't mind doing that, but we'll, I'm not going for total realism here. But we'll drive over. You noted the, most likely you noted the frustration of me working the last episode with bad commands on the steering wheel, so I wasn't going to record another one until I got that fixed, and I ended up fixing it last night at 2 in the morning, so it's now 8 o'clock, 8:22, and so we are finally back in a working copy of our Farm Sim game. Okay. We have a poop trailer. It's this guy. Okay. And through some trials and tribulations, we finally decided on this guy. So we're going to get some manure in. I gotta lock my chair until it operates. Okay. Ooh, got a little close. Alright folks, just give me a sec. And I gotta go get some shoes on. I can't do my pedals, it hurts my tootsies. Well, sorry about that. I was so eager to get started that I didn't put my shoes on. And pedals, I don't know, I got delicate feet maybe. Pedals need to have some shoes. Coffee. Let me open that up. That's the glance. All right, we're at 97%. We gotta get another little bit. Very good. Up. Fat fingers. Okay, this gives us 92%. Oh. Okay, well, that's okay. I thought we got 100%. Oh, dang it. I thought we got 100% with this trailer. Dang it. Hard to control. That is weird when you're first person, you toggle the lights, just the lights you have on. Oh, maybe that's because I drove. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Now what we're doing with all this busy work, by the by, is kind of waiting for our temperature to get up to 41. We want our ground temperature to be 41. For us to that took it all to plant our canola and barley. What's going on? 87. Wasn't I at 97%? Or that was the other one. They're not using this fertilizer yet. The things aren't turned on. Maybe they are. %. Yeah, there's plants in there, so yep, they use it right away. All right, well, okie doke. Let's see how this works. In cab. Yeah, see, my head doesn't turn when I turn the wheel. I think I got a fix for that. A mod. And I gotta do this by I told you last lesson, listen to me, always the teacher. I told you last episode that my Paris trip got, well, it went, but I didn't get to go. There's a new law, FAR 117, and it is our fatigue law, and pretty much it's a joke. So I lost a Paris trip by a minute because we weren't legal. But that's the way laws work. You got to have the proper rest to fly an airplane, and that's fine. I agree with that. But we ended up going illegal when we were out at the end of the runway. The reason isn't because we taxied slow or because anything else, but one of the other things you got to have is you got to have the right passenger count. Because of our maintenance issues, we went back to the gate twice after pushing back for departure. In the meantime, people got on, got off, and they could not get the passenger count. So we sat there at the end of the runway until the minute that we went illegal, and then we called everybody and we started the chain to get us back to the gate a third time, and they sent us home. Really, really bad showing, but we did everything in sequence like we were supposed to. You know, you push back, the APU fails. You can't start the engines, you got to go back to the gate. Maintenance comes out, fixes it. Well, when the APU fails, it's 85 degrees outside. The airplane heats up. We had 203 people aboard. So I had to get them off. We had 2 ladies faint. Now granted, they were nervous because of going back to the gate. But while there was totally nothing wrong with the airplane, we had a major fiasco, and it was unfortunate. Unfortunate for the passengers. For me, they got there over 4 hours late. It was just an awful night. So I got back home. My first officer lives up in Jupiter. His wife drove down to Fort Lauderdale. I drove him up to Fort Lauderdale, where I live. And his wife came and got him because he took the train to work. And at that time of night, there's no more trains. So, lots of people were screwed up. One guy commuted in from Denver, so his mother lives in the Keys. He has a car here in Florida. So he drove down to his mom's house, which is always a nice thing to do for an airline pilot. See family. I really enjoy seeing my family. Got kids spread out, well, not spread out too much, 2 locations. Southern Wisconsin, where they were raised. My 2 boys are there. And my daughter and the grandbabies are out in California. So, the grandbabies, the 6-year-old especially, they all do, but as kids will. But the 6-year-old is actually capable of playing games. And we enjoy playing together when I go out there. So we did find out one thing new. As soon as you add one of the ingredients, the greenhouses start to produce. So the plan is to get some straw, water, and pig food for the pigs. That'll start to give us manure. Now, of course, we're buying manure right now. It costs me $110 every bucket that I buy. To get compost, we need diesel fuel. You can buy that, and some kind of organic waste. So we're not growing anything yet because it's too cold. So this first get us started time frame, we're going to buy some straw, and then we'll go ahead and put it in the composter with some diesel fuel, and that'll start getting us some compost. Now, they made these mods for pretty large scale operations, so we're talking about big numbers here. But getting started, it's a slow start. We have a few liters of this, a few liters of that, and we got to buy pretty much everything. Now, with our inheritance, we're capable of doing that. But you don't want to just do that continually, because you won't make it. You have to provide the raw materials for these items. Boy, I couldn't have lined that up any better, huh? Right in there. Oops. Alright, we're getting her done. For whatever reason, at this location, and I might have done something wrong or not understand how things work, but in a practice game using this manure salt point, I can't use a conveyor belt system, and I'm not sure why. Kind of weird. And actually I got a backup light out. Kind of like boating. You don't want to go faster than you want to bump into something. I remember before I bought the wheel, you know, I would use the keyboard and it was wow. I highly recommend a wheel. And of course there's a farm sim wheel. The Logitech game site website has its gaming equipment, and it has a section labeled farm. So it's pretty awesome. As I was on there getting the software for my wheel, I checked it out. What it does is basically, instead of the shifter, you get the wheel, 2 pedals, I think 2 pedals, maybe 3, I'm not 100% sure, but you get a control panel, and it has a joystick and lots of big buttons. It's just perfect for this and possibly construction simulator, heavy equipment operations. And that is freaking awesome. If you've ever played this game and looked at all the key bindings, there's got to be 100. And of course my wheel has 23 separate buttons. Now, what's nice is the game differentiates from when you're inside a vehicle and outside a vehicle. So you can have the same button mapped for that. For it can do, the same button can do different things based on what you're doing. In other words, it's context sensitive. So that's really cool. The game basically asks, or not asks, but think of it as an if-then. If character is inside vehicle, then this button means this, and so it's pretty cool. We are at 72%, one more bucket. "46 minutes already on poop detail." $85. All right. Sorry. Now one more. I thought I had more than that. $97. That's what I needed. All right. with a multiplayer map, you know, you could eventually have like 3 of these setups, and one guy working the manure pile. Oh, I'm ready for the other side. Ah, yay for me! Got where I was at. See, there's compost. It's black. And the problem is that's not a buy point, that's a sell point. And there is no place to buy compost. So, you gotta make it. I really enjoy pretty much all the aspects of this game. One more load. I think the composting is pretty neat. Some of you may remember, if you watch my other videos, I usually have a goal, and we'll just make this goal get every factory up and running, own all the fields on the map, and have $10 million in the bank. How's that sound? Pretty ambitious single player. I don't rule out multiplayer on this. Don't you be beeping at me, telephone. I better look because I'm on call. Well, all right. I didn't check open trips. Well, shoot, I gotta I'm gonna end it here. I got one more truckload to go, and we'll finish that at the beginning of the next episode, and then we'll move on. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you on the farm. Good day.